My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We're going to be on this projector for the next couple of days. So what we're using today, and I keep forgetting, I literally forget on how many projectors I own. I had no idea. I had, I think, 7 or 8 ultra short throws in the house, which I didn't realize. The Sony I found under the kitchen sink, which I got a bad habit of throwing projectors all over the house. And didn't realize that I had a Sony projector because I keep taking this projector out on the floor. This is the one that's actually ultra short through my NEC that's hooked up to this screen. And when I take it down, I gotta set it up for the 92-inch, and then I gotta bring it back, and I gotta set it up for this screen over here. So it gets to be a hassle going back and forth. But I'm thinking, why am I going through all this when I have ultra short throw projectors in the house that I can do the demonstration of? So I'm using my Sony right now. These are the other 2 ultra short throw projectors that I own. Then I got another 3 more upstairs, which I'm thinking, like, why am I swapping back and forth? I can just grab the Sony and just use that for the demonstrations from now on. So since I'm going to be picking up a Epson 4K 1080p projector, the 1600 by 800 is going to be used for demonstrations now, and I'm going to put that in there. So we're going to do some change around, but I could have been using that the entire time. So there's the Sony right there. That's my 720p Sony. At the time I got it for a really good price. It's like a $2,000 projector, and I got it on an open box for $550. This is fully interactive. I got pens that come with it. I can write on the screen. It's got all kinds of cool options with it and everything. But, you know, got it for a really good price. Came with the stand, which is fantastic because stands are arm and leg for them. But as you can see how it looks on our Black Phoenix right there, looks absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna let that run. I got a few things I got to do around the house really quick. We're going to come back. We're going to do the demonstrations against gray mixes. We're going to do demonstrations against certified screens, everything. As I told you, as I'm going along, we're going to be challenging and testing more screens as this screen starts to grow to its 100%. And by the time we reach 100%, I plan to pretty much wipe out every screen I can get my hands on. Literally, test whatever I can get my hands on. Each screen I can see us not being able to get our hands on is screen innovation technology. That may not ever happen. We already had confrontation with that back in 2015. So I doubt with the technology we have now, compare back to 2015, that they're going to do ever let us do it side by side. So I already know that from the door. I would like, if we could do one behind closed doors, that's more than happy enough for me, where both parties can just see herself, you know, we can go sign an NDA, whatever, and we can just look back and forth from the different forms of technology we got back and forth. That would be nice. But I'm just looking to see exactly how many screens we can challenge before the screen reaches 100%. So that's our personal goal we have right there with certifieds, mixes, whatever's out there. We're going to actually buy it, bring it in, unbox it, and put it against the screen. We're going to do it on ultra short throw, and we're going to do it on long throw. And then for any screens that are designed for outside, we'll take them outside for those demonstrations against the Phoenix. All right, so we're going to let that play. I got a few things got to run around doing. I'm looking for some stuff right now. We can get started with that half of it, and kind of misplaced something that I had in my hand, which, oh, there it is, found it over there. Yeah, people see me on stream like 4 o'clock in the morning, like, you're up? Yeah, I'm up 4 o'clock in the morning, literally. I have to be up. There's like a whole lot of stuff I have to do to get ready for the day. I had to go search for all the projectors, couldn't find a remote control for that projector, had to run through the house and figure out where I put that one at. Finally found it, realized that all the Sonys that I have in the house, that thing only works with one remote control. So I have to make sure that I try to find me another one today for a backup in case I lose it. Or I just make sure I just put a holster in the house and train myself to stick that remote control in that holster every single time. Man, that thing does not work. And you can't do manual controls, not on that projector. You can't go on the side and go doot, 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 doot. Nope. Have to have the remote control for it. I got to take a break from this for a bit, and I had to do some visual effects for Facebook. So I'm going to be doing some demonstration there too. So we're going to be using the projectors we have here. We're going to do floor visual effects. That's why I used that projector right there. This one between these two, I'm going to do a segment on budget ultra short throw projectors. Like which one out of all of these, which one would I choose? Sony would be the first one. I would choose the Sony first. And then I would go with the NEC. Then I would go with the Epson over here if you're going budget wise. All right, so for those you don't know what Black Phoenix is, Black Phoenix is a new form of technology that we have developed. Screen has the capability for a screen that's extremely dark, has the ability to be able to port white levels and contrast levels. We have been testing this product against, we've already done 11 screens certified against it. We did light screens, we did gunmetal screens, we did mid gray screens, mid-level colors gray screens. We did tests on ultra short throw and so forth to show exactly how powerful the technology is. And so far, it has blew every test we threw out of it out of the water. Mind, the screen is nowhere even near 20% done. And it's wiping everything we throw at it. I can't wait to get it outside. I really can't. So it is incredible rate of progress. We already tested the screen against Vivid Storm Ultra Short Throw projection screens. Elite has something called ceiling light projection. They have a 1, 2, and 3. We got the 2. We need the 3. That's what we need. All right. So first thing we're going to start off with the gray screen paint mixes. How do they compare with our Ultra Short Throw projector versus the Black Phoenix? Let me get those samples right now. By the time we make it to 100% of the technology, I want to at least be able to take out as many or challenge as many screens as possible with this technology. I think we're going to get 2 certified screens too. I'm going to grab 2 certified. Alright, so in that way, we're going to do 2 certified ultra short throw screens. We're going to go with the Elite ceiling. And why do I have a spider right there on my camera? We're going to do the ceiling. Really? Get off of there. We're going to do the ceiling and ceiling light rejection 2. And we're going to do Vivid Storm which is also designed for ultra short throw projectors. So we'll have 2 certified screens and 2 mixes up there. I'm usually up at 4. All right, so we're going to do 2 certifieds and 2 mixes. We only got 2 certifieds because all the other screens are not ultra short throw compatible. But we're going to have more. I'm going to go back to Elite's website, see if we can get our hands on the third Sony Light Rejection 3. They have another version of that. All right, let me see. White screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
All right, so we're going to start off first with Storm. I saw these demonstrations on YouTube. I was quite fascinated by the screen, so we decided to pick up all their samples. This is for ultra short throw. Put that one right here and show you how the technology stacks up to whether it be a hobby mix, untested hobby mix, or whether it be a professional certified projection screen. How does it stack up next to the Black PHOENIX at around, about, I say roughly with all the tests we had, to be honest, we're probably around 20% now with all the tests we've already passed already. My Elite screens, we're going to do their Ceiling Light Rejection 2. Put that one right here. So I want all this documented because I think when we finish the website, all these videos are going to be added to the website to show up the screen's performance against all other screens, how we tested on different forms of projectors, how we did distance throws on it, stuff like that, how the screen generates higher white levels and black surfaces, stuff like that. So this is going to be set up, the content that we need for the website to show exactly how superior the technology is. Right here, we have we all know what it is. We're not going to mention the name. We're not going to give any points for it. We're going to be using a gray screen paint mix. This is right here. We have this ourselves downstairs. We're going to use over here lighter version of a screen paint mix. I'm going to put that right over here. All right. And that's it. We got everything up there real good. So we got 2 mixes. Everyday gray mixes, as I said before. These screen paint mixes are obsolete. It's not worth your time and spending the money for them at all. When it comes to the certified screens, these screens have categories, which means you start off with a white screen, you start off with a gray screen, maybe a mid-gray screen, and then if you want the more advanced screen, you pay the money for the darker technology, which they have gunmetals, which will cost you more money. So that's how their screens start off as. They don't start off as saying, hey, we have a light gray screen here. This is top of the line. No, they start off by saying this is white, this is gray, and if you want something a little bit more darker, more professional, you're going to have to go there gunmetal, which is a darker screens. The elite screens, flagships, whatever you want to call them, that's what they call those particular screens, the high roller screens. So that's where the certified screens end up at. With gray mixes, they just at gray mixes. That's it. That's it. So they're obsolete. At least the certifieds have room to grow. They can actually go into darker technology if they want to advance their technology. This can't go any farther. All right, so let's begin with the white levels. So you can see the white levels lay on the screen. That's why I said, when you know you're dealing with technology, never go in full glass. Always go in half glass. If you go in full glass and you deny everything else, then you shoot yourself in the foot. So like I said, when it comes to these screens, both of these screens have darker technology underneath of them. These two don't at all, period. Because they're just stuck in that category. That's it. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See? And this screen is actually the darkest one out of all of them. This is actually a dark gray screen right here. That right there is a light gray. Right there, the Elite Ceiling Light Rejection 2. These are two light gray mixes here. So you're seeing how a light gray mix or even certified screens is reacting to the Black Phoenix. So it doesn't make a difference if you have it on long throw or short throw or 1000 lumens or 4K, which we're going to demonstrate that too. I am picking up a 4K projector, also picking up a high-end ultra short throw projector. I think has 1,000,000 to 1 contrast. So we're going to show you even on the high-end projectors that this is not going to change at all. Period. It's going to remain the same. It's not going to pull any contrast. Even if you spend thousands of dollars for a projector, you're not going to be able to pull it up. And if you spend $60 for a projector, you're not going to pull it up. It's obsolete. Let's go over to blue. There's our lineup in blue. So I have an ultra short throw projector. As you can see, the Black Phoenix produces the best color. We've already done this with Novas. We've done this with gunmetals because we deal with dark technology. That's why I tell you, when you're dealing with darker technology, it's a much better performance for your projector. You're getting the best and you're getting the most from your projector. Like I said, it's a 720p. I think it's a WXGA projector, and I'm actually getting a real blue off the projector instead of getting a washed out blue. Let's take the camera and let's bring it over to the side, because one of the gripes people have about ultra short throw projectors is the simple fact that when you turn to the side, some of the screens turn dark on the edges. And as you can see, these are ultra short throw screens right here. These screens are designed to be used with ultra short throw projectors. Even though the other product on the far end, the Mix, will say that it's designed to use for ultra short throw projector, that it can pick up an ultra short throw projector. The problem is it can't pick up the color that is needed, that's produced from the projector. So you may be use you can use an ultra short throw projector, it's going to pick up, but your colors are not going to pick up. Your screen is still going to wash out. That's what a lot of people don't realize. When they come on there, they say, hey, look, my screen shows on an ultra short throw projector. Of course it's going to show up on an ultra short throw projector. But your colors don't come out correctly. Neither will your contrast or anything else. It's not going to pop up. All right. Let's come over here and let's pull up another color. We're going to pull up yellow. And as you can see, yellow does not pull up. Let me back up for a minute and show you my environment. So I can show you how much light we have in the environment. Nice and bright, as you can see. No dark corners, none of that nonsense. I say that because in demonstrations I have watched, even with professional screens and people who make gray screen paint mixtures, they will have their environment in a somewhat ambient light controlled environment. They'll darken the environment in order to enhance the picture color or to enhance the contrast levels in the video. So that's something they will do, and this is cutting corners. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to have it exposed in a full lit environment so you can see exactly how the screen is going to play out. All right, let's go switch over to our next color, switching over to red. And as you can see how the red levels are coming up. And this is with the gray mixes and the certified screen. Sorry about that, thing a bit on camera. So these are contents that we're making ahead of time for the new website, for the new company, showing exactly how superior the technology is over everything. And already, right from the door, going through a color change, all 4 screens are having issues. So, as you can see, mind you, we'll run some other tests later on today. If I have time today, we'll do some other demonstrations on, this is falling off, and put this back up here. Some other demonstrations with, I guess, we've done these demonstrations. We don't have to do these. Anytime you see like the gunmetal, the gamer paint, black nova, stuff like that that we develop, all these tests, the same tests you're seeing here on the Phoenix, except for the Phoenix, we did a little more crazier tests. We did some, because the Phoenix can take some serious punishment. But as you can see with all the other demonstrations we've done with all our products, all our tests are the same. We do distance throw, we do lumen tests, we do outside demonstrations, we do certified screens, we do white levels, all that stuff, same thing. So all our screens are all tested the same way. Every screen paint we have on our website that bears a label has been through these tests. And these are tests that we do, like I said, other screen paint products. I don't know about companies, certified companies. I don't know how they go through their testing because they don't display them. So I don't know what they do. But I do know for a fact from screen paint mixtures, watching their demonstrations and all the ones I've seen, I've never seen anyone do any of the test demonstrations we do. Let's switch over to another color. There you go. I think the only thing I see is I'm doing one demonstration against one certified screen. Like I said, they'll pick a screen that's not going to give them too much struggle. They'll do that in a poorly lit environment. They'll choose a high-end projector. These are corners that they have to cut. They'll never do anything like this. Of course, you know, eventually we're going to end up in a Starfield demonstration, so that's something they're not going to do either. Let's switch over. Let's go to another color. And as you can see, every color that I choose will always remain the same on the screens. They may have a slight little difference change in color, but nothing between night and day. Let's change over to another color. Going over to light blue. And this is a Sony. Sony's had beautiful colors when it comes to their projectors. We don't have the distance throw like we have with the other projectors at 13 and 14 feet back. We are staying right up on top of the screen, and the screen still can't maintain color. Only the Phoenix can. All right, let's go switch over to some pink. A little light pink. Let's go switch over to orange. All right, let's go down, Starfield demonstration. Let's pull our contrast levels. Probably get a commercial in there. See, when I showed you purple and the purple wouldn't come up, that's the reason why I showed you solid colors first, so you can see how the colors are going to play out. And then anytime we show a video in there and you watch those colors start to fade and wash out in the video, now you know why. Because the screen, or those screens up there, can't see color. Starfield demonstration. This is a demonstration we have requested multiple times that was never done. Now I told you the best screen up here at all of these would be the Vivid Storm because it's darker. So it is picking up better contrast than the rest of these. Which tells you that the darker the screen, the more advanced the technology. Point right there. These screens right here are not pulling up a contrast level. They're too light, they're pushing up too much white light. And if you make the screen too dark, then you sacrifice your white levels. That's where it gets complicated. It's not as easy as a lot of people think it is. Well, for us it is because our technology comes from God. That's why I can do demonstrations like this live. Because you have to have confidence and faith in your work. And I have 100% faith in my work. Let's go to white levels. White screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, same when you see me in my demonstrations, always pulling up white levels. When it comes to now, like I said, I don't know how when these companies do demonstrations, they'll pick one video. One video. This will be their demo video. And they'll put their demo video on display. They'll take their projector. Projector going to get they're going to build in a boss, insane projector up there, number one. Best they can get their hands on. They're going to calibrate the projector, calibrate it with the screen, make everything perfect with the demo video. They're going to come into the environment. They're going to actually do ambient light controlled environment. It's going to keep it nice and dim, bright, but dim. They don't want it too dark in there, but they don't want nothing really disrupting the screen. All that is rehearsed. I know that from the door when I watch certified screens do their demonstrations. So they're not in there swapping out projectors, like saying, hey, look, we're going to do this demonstration. We're going to swap out this 8K projector, and we're going to go over down to a 720p. You won't see that. Or we're going to change up the scenery. We're going to show star field and different colors and white levels and all that. You're not going to see that. You're just going to see the demo video that they set up and calibrated for the projector. That's all you're going to see. When it comes to mixes, almost the same scenario. Now, if they change up, the environment's still always going to stay the same. They'll keep the environment either dark when it comes to contrast levels, because contrast levels is going to fade faster on a lighter screen. And when it comes to showing an environment where they want to display, like, hey, look, I can put the screen in a really light environment, they're going to stick to high colors, because high colors are going to fade less. Can't pull a contrast level up in a fully lit environment with a screen that can't see color to begin with. So that's not going to happen. That's how I know every time when someone displays a really bright environment, they're going to choose colors. You will never see a star field, OLED fish, any form of dark contrast demonstration fly across that screen. It won't pick it up. So they have to pick and choose. When they do certified screens, very, very rare. I may see one of them put 2 or 3 certifieds on their screen. Usually they'll stick to one. And they'll choose the one that is going to basically give the screen less trouble when it comes to showing different colors. They want something that's not going to overpower the screen. Pretty much they're happy if they can get a match, because then they can say, hey, I matched the screen. They know they're not going to overpower it. So that's not going to be, that's not going to be something they're going to do. If it's a screen involving like a Dark Star 9, they're going to stay away from contrast levels, because they know the Dark Star 9 will pull a contrast level and their screen can't do it. So these are things I notice when I watch demonstrations. How much ambient light is actually in the room physically by looking at the background of the screen. So the wall tells the entire story on how much light is making contact with the screen. And if you're seeing little dark corners here and dark corners here, you can't make out anything in the bottom of the environment. There's no light making contact with the screen. Another trick they like to use, they'll keep the environment a little bit darker, and they'll put a white bright light behind the back of the screen to give the illusion that there's a lot of light in that area. One of the ones I've seen in some demonstrations will have a little light here and a little light here. You'll still get your little shades of corner of dark areas here and here. And then they'll take a picture and they'll put it here on the side. They'll take some condensed lighting and hit the picture to give it the illusion that the entire room is well lit. This is stuff that they do. I noticed this when I watched Screen Innovation do the demonstration on the coffee table projector by Sony. I noticed that the sunlight was on the opposite side of the street, which means they did it probably around 12 noon or so. If they did that early in the morning, all those windows would have got hit with all that ambient light, and that screen would have had some problems. May have had some problems. I say may have had some problems. But I noticed when the demonstration was done, I was staring out the window. I wasn't looking at the screen. I was looking at the environment that the screen was sitting in. So I was looking at the window. The sunlight was across the street. And all the windows that were where that screen was sitting, none of them were making any contact with the screen. You pick all that up. And I love the fact how they did the room in an all-white room, which means any light in that room would have actually made that room look brighter than it physically was. Consider the fact that the projector they were using was a $50,000, I think it's $50,000, 10,000 lumen, 4K laser projector that's set less than an inch away from the screen. You could sit that thing in the middle of a baseball stadium, literally, and that screen wouldn't wash out with that kind of power sitting next to it. So that's the kind of stuff I pick up when I watch demonstrations. So I hope you're doing your demonstrations correctly, because if you don't, I'll see it. And if I see it, I know exactly how to deal with your technology once I get it here. I can see all your flaws. If you're not showing angle gain in your demonstrations, whether that's with a lot of high-end certified screens, that lets me know that you have a narrow viewing cone on your screen. You can't pull an image up on the side. So you're giving me information. And when I see somebody displaying nothing but colors in bright environments and no contrast, that tells me from the door that the screen can't see a contrast level. And if it can't see a contrast, it can't see color. In your videos, if you're telling people to calibrate the projectors, that means your screen can't pick up proper colors. You have to calibrate the projector in order to get the screen to see proper colors. You must use this in an ambient light controlled environment, aka your screen can't pull up in a fully lit environment. So how do you have ambient light rejection technology in your screen? I'm talking about the big companies. If you have to be in an ambient light controlled environment, that doesn't make any sense. Either it is or it isn't. So this is all the stuff that I see. When I come into watch a demonstration, I'm not really concerned about the screen. I've seen so many of them. I'm looking at your environment, and I'm looking at the piece of equipment that you're using in the environment. And I watch the video over and over again at different times in different settings to see how many times that projector is being used. We change out our projectors in our demonstrations, if you notice that. We don't sit there and do the same demonstration on the same projector over and over again. We swap projectors out all the time. We also change the environment too. So tomorrow, we're going to take this screen off the wall. We're going to stick it in the next room. And then after that, we're going to take it outside. We also have a portable version of this that I can move anywhere I want outside. We have a wallpaper too. I forgot I did a wallpaper screen of this. So there's our white levels right there. So that's what I'm saying. You're supposed to display everything. So when you see me do a demonstration like this, you can bet your bottom that I'm going to come in here and show you white levels. I'm going to show you contrast. I'm going to show you color. We're not going to do a whole bunch of pretty colors flashing across the screen. We're not going to have one video dedicated for the demonstration as a demo screen. None of that. We need to test our contrast demonstrations. Sony, nighttime, 4K contrast demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see if we can get it where we want it. Like I said, if someone tells you, oh, my screen picks on ultra short throw, my mix can pick up on an ultra short throw. That's no problem. The problem you're going to have is your color and contrast going to pick up. Your white levels are going to pick up. If you have a light gray screen, your colors are definitely going to, white levels are definitely going to pick up. What you have to figure out is your contrast and color is going to pick up. That's what you got to worry about. Sony 4K contrast demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
I explained before, when you look at an ultra short throw projector, they're designed not for a movie theater setting. They're designed for a living room, a lounge. They're like the projection screens of TVs. That's what they are. So if you're doing a real theater system, like I don't have a real theater system. I have an ultra short throw in here because I don't have a choice, because my room is only but so big and I don't have the distance in here to put a projector and throw it all the way back. This room has the distance for a projector at 18 feet. This room doesn't have it. So only projector I can use in here has to be short throw or ultra short throw. But if I was going to set this up like a TV setting, which I kind of like my giant screen here, I would have like a 126 inch, which I have over there. That's set up in there like a little TV screen right there. See how that's set up like a TV? My chair's out there. That's what I have it. This is a little theater room here. So I would have a little 26 inch or 20 inch and have my projector sitting up close like the Japanese tea room. The Japanese tea room set like a TV kind of style setting in there. And that's how I would have it. And you're supposed to have all your lights on, everything's supposed to be running, and you should be able to watch Batman or whatever you want, contrast, color, all that should come up on your screen without the screen fading and washing out. That's how it should look. If you're using these particular kind of projectors, these are designed to have like a TV kind of style setup. Now, if you want to do a movie theater setup, then you go get one of the long throws, you throw that thing back around 17, 18 feet, you set up your movie chairs and your popcorn machine like we have in here, and that's how you set it up. If you want to do true dedication, you can do a 235.1. And if you want to do a real, authentic movie theater, then you go get yourself like a Sony VPO FH36 or a little higher up than that, and you get yourself something called an extended long zoom lens, which means you can have your projector all the way back there, 30 feet on a booth, and you could push an image all the way here, and it'll narrowly hit the screen, boom, right here, perfectly without expanding all the way out and hitting everything in the surrounding environment. That's what you got to do if you want to do one of those. But these ultra short throw projectors, they're designed for TV settings. They're designed for you and your friends, family to come down, sit down, and wife can read a book and whatever goes on, and you can have all your lights on. You're never supposed to be sitting in the dark with that kind of projector. Same thing, like the setting we have here, this is an ultra short throw setup. So say the doorway wasn't here, and I had a sofa here, and I had a chair here, and a chair here, and a coffee table right there in the middle. Had a couple of pictures here, and I had my sound bar at the bottom. There you go. It's a TV setting. And you should be to come in, turn all your lights on in your house, and sit down and watch your movie and sports and TV shows and whatever. And you should be able to see a Starfield demonstration right in the middle of your screen without the screen washing out. If you went out and you spent $15,000 for an OLED TV and you sat down and you turned that thing on and it went gray on you on a Starfield demonstration or any form of contrast and the colors faded out like the screens you're seeing right now, I don't think you would have kept it. You would keep it. You take it back. Just saying that the only way that if a screen is using an ultra short throw and it's used in that ultra short throw in a dark environment majority most of the time, there's nothing wrong with the projector, there's something wrong with that screen. And like I said, the reason why these companies have these mid-level screens because not everybody walking through that door is going to be at $4,000 or $5,000 for a projection screen. They're either going to set up for a white screen, they're going to set up for the light screen or a mid-gray screen, or if they got that money, they can go out and spend that $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and get that gunmetal. That's what they're for. But they always got a flagship screen. Any one of these companies got a flagship screen, and I guarantee the flagship screen is not gray. It's dark gray. It's a really, really dark gunmetal, almost near a black screen. Let's see what else we can get. I want that Sony. We'll do this one too. I'm gonna do these black levels on here.
For bathroom odors that linger, try Febreze Small Spaces. Just press firmly.
But yeah, anytime you hit a gray screen, you're only getting about 30% of your projector. That's it. You spent $4,000 for a projector. You only see 30% of. That's it. My projector got coming here. It's gonna cost me $2,000, and I guarantee that projector will pull a Starfield demonstration, any contrast demonstration that you want, easily. When a $4,000 P2 can't do it. could. Like I said, same demonstration we saw with all that light in the environment. I would like to see a Starfield demonstration displayed on that if your screen can do it. Projector can definitely do it. Oh, a projector can do it. The screen can't do it. Like I said, a projector is only as good as the screen you projected off. Right now, my 720p Sony WXGA projector, right now, at $500, what I paid for this projector, can produce a Starfield demonstration better than a P2. Due to the fact that the screen is doing all the work. Same thing Vivistorm. Vivistorm has some expensive projectors in there. They have a couple 4K projectors in there. Leap has expensive projectors. We all know that. Come on. Big companies, they got the big boys. They're big toys. Every so once in a while, they pull up an 8K Sony projector. A few JVCs. All right, let's go get ourselves another contrast demonstration. So can't figure where that Sony 4K demonstration's at. Sony 4K demonstration. I'm going to put that in there manually.
Getting that from YouTube.
She's not reading it correctly. Let's do the OLED horse too, and then we'll go find that one. I'm gonna have the Sony set up for a while down here. So, kind of forgot I had it. Literally, that's the kitchen projector right there. So I haven't got, actually, we're gonna have two of them in here because the kitchen, we don't have a screen in the kitchen yet. I haven't figured out exactly what paint I'm gonna use in there. I'm putting a Black Phoenix in there, in the kitchen. And I'm using this projector. So imagine this screen at 50 inches in my kitchen using that projector. And that thing sits next to the window, but I don't care about that. Screens are designed to eat ambient. This is a 19. I got people already asking me for pre-orders on this. As I said before, paperwork. Once our paperwork is finalized and done, and we're given a timeline of how long it's going to take for Uncle Sam to send us back our documents. So we can't sell nothing until the documents come back. Once those documents, we have a timeline where the documents are coming in, then we can start the pre-orders for it. And this is going to be marketed online and offline. I got big plans for this technology. I told you, I'm in the process of actually obtaining real estate for it. We need storefronts where people can come in and they can see the screens on display, and then they can go to a kiosk unit or whatever, and they can go strictly to the website, place their order, and we can go from the manufacturing unit where what you want to get to manufacture this technology, and they can ship it out from there. The way of doing things smarter. So if you don't believe the YouTube video, you can come down to one of the stores and you can check it out real. Oh yeah, I told you I had big plans coming up. And then you can watch the reaction of the everyday public. It gives a chance to see my technology in display. And then we'll post all you naysayers up there on a screen of all the dirty, nasty stuff you said about the technology. That's what I told you. When we get done with the customization, I'm bringing graphic artist design, all kinds of stuff. People do special for videos and designs. Yeah, this thing is going to have a whole, woo, if you even know exactly what we're working on. Because I'm figuring if I can knock out as many certified screens before this screen reaches where it needs to be at, we can use that as testimony for our technology when we walk into Screen Innovation, some big company, and say, hey, look, this is our technology. This is what we developed. We did this less than an hour compared to your technology. Yeah, I would like to work with a few of the big companies. And of course, you know, in their facilities, they're going to be using 4K and 8K projectors. Again, I use only 720p's in here. What do you think the screen's going to look like if you hit this thing with an 8K projector? And look how amazing it looks on 720p. See, when they design their technology, they're already on high-end projectors. So they put the bar way too high. For us, we start off real low on those crappy projectors we can get our hands on. Because if I can make that projector outperform their screens in this environment, imagine what I can do in their environment. They pull out a 4K, 8K projector. Oh, you'll see the Phoenix on a whole nother level. We had a good day. It's nice and cool today. Yesterday was like, it was like breathing through a straw, man. It was just so freaking, air was so thick outside. Today, much, much better. So I'll get a chance to be outside today because I want to get this outside. I think the most important thing is that once we get all this up and going, same like our other company, and with the company is actually purchasing our old company, we already had the agreement set in stone. It's already set up. We've been back and forth in negotiations that we are custom designing them two different products, but these products we're not going to talk about. No one's ever going to see it. This is between us and them, and that's for their own personal use. With the other stuff we have on the site, they're going to use that and they're going to market that and they're going to be selling that, you know, so customers are thinking that, oh, you guys are going to go in a different direction. We're not going to be get hold of your product anymore. You'll be get hold of the product because that's what we're going to do. You're going to continue to sell our paints for us, but it'd be their paints, but they're going to market it in a different way. The price is not going to jump. It's not going to go crazy. It's not going to this, that, and the other. It's not going to go corporate, everything, and that's not going to happen, okay? So we made sure of that. And then we're going to branch off and do a different direction. We're going to have one screen paint under the new company, and all the rest of them are going to be physical screens. So we're going to do something completely different. I figured in order to get the screen a bit of a to get more limelight would be basically to get these nice big open storefronts where we can set screens up in there and people can come in and they can see these screens on display. So, you know, they can come in and they can get a chance. They can't buy anything. It's not for buying anything. The storefronts, the way they're designed, they're not designed for buying. It's all for display. They can see new visible technology that we're working on, stuff like that. They can see all that stuff in real time just by coming in and just watching the screens. And if they're interested, they can go to one of the many computers we'll have up there, and they can go and they can place an order right from there. Order will be picked up over there at the warehouse or manufacturing facility, and they will process the order from there and ship it from there. And these are just some of the ideas that are being thrown around to do things on a different level. And on top of that, the company that's purchasing our technology will be doing their own videos too. So you'll get a chance to see a lot of videos from these different companies that will be showing off our products. Matter of fact, we have a few videos we're going to be uploading pretty soon from the company we have a contract with for the acoustic screens. They've actually shot a few videos on YouTube. You'll get a chance to see those on display too. That's why I said that, you know, making statements to this individual that our products come up too dark, well, these companies will come in and testify. See? That's what I'm saying, that you got to be careful when you do things like that. So these will be companies that have contracts through our company that actually use our products that will testify that they use these products and they do work. Yep. Well. All right, let's move on. Let's go over to what else we got here that we can pull up on here. Let's grab this one because this demonstration right here was done in a fully lit environment. You ever wake up in the middle of the night and want a bowl of cereal? Like literally, I woke up in the middle of the night and decided to get a bowl of Captain Crunch and went right back to sleep. I don't know if cereal tastes better in the middle of the night or it tastes better in the morning. I don't know. And as you can see, the white levels that the Phoenix is pulling off, in order for it to be able to generate image that bright, next, especially look at the screens. We don't only have 2 mixes up here, but we have 2 certified screens also. In order for it to be able to do that, to be able to compete with these lighter screens, it has to be to pull up a decent white level. That's why I enjoyed yesterday doing the demonstration on the Black Nova. You didn't even know that Black Novas can do that. Black Novas have that capability. All our dark, we have to test all our dark screen paints that way. We have to, all that black fabric we have down there, that's what it's for. Throw it up against the screen to see exactly when we throw a white level up there, which one is going to produce a white level. That has to be up there because, like I said, if I'm doing business with a company and the company goes, well, you know, Mr. Bird, you know, why should I buy 80 gallons of your product when I can take a black sheet or black cotton or paper or whatever they want, they can put up there and we can do this to get the same results. I take a piece of black vinyl, get the same results. That's why those tests are needed to be done. So we can say, hey, look, that's not going to end up the way you think it is. You're going to pull your contrast levels, but your white levels are going to be horrible. And if your white levels are horrible, that means trying to pull up bright, beautiful, vivid colors like the screen's doing right now, it's going to come out dark and dirty. So that's why those tests are done. And that's why we've done these tests before with the Nova 17. We just never displayed them. And that's when I came up here and I showed you. Boop, here you go. So if a Nova came out as dark as proclaimed in someone's review, then there's no way in the world it would have ever been able to, it would have came out the exact same blackness as that black material laid across that screen. And I took the camera, put it right up close. There you go. So you like I said, in business, people do this. And this is something in business. It's not a shocker. Restaurants do it to each other all the time. You know what I mean? But there's just, when you start going down that level, then that's when lawyers start getting involved. If there's a restaurant, you're a restaurant, and they have a restaurant, and so you go in there and you pay a customer to go in there and fake like they had glass came out of their mouth, or you know, a roach came out of their mouth and something like that, and cause a commotion, and then start a rumor that bottom line is there's roaches in their food and stuff like that. Don't eat from there. You could be sued for that. A lot of money. So that's why you have to be careful how you do things. Well, we did ask for it. We requested for his attorney to contact us, and I don't think it's an attorney. I deal with lawyers all the time. Sorry, people, but those of you that are fans of this particular individual, attorneys don't act that way. If you schedule a meeting with an attorney will schedule a date when you can come in and see him at his office. You go down, you sit down. There's going to be no cameras involved. They don't want to hear about he say, she say. They want you to get straight to the facts, and that's what they want to know, and that is it. So when you have time, have him contact us. We would like to talk to him. Until then, we have to finish testing out. Let's see. We'll go through all his products. I think I've ordered all the top screens for Elite Screens. No, we're missing one. They got one called an ultralight bright. I think it's a 2. Something like rejection, we have 2. We need the 3. XY, I may have gotten a sample of that. I'm not sure yet. and I have to go through all my certified screens and see if they have any new stuff, any new screens they're designing, so we can do some side-by-side comparisons with them. I would, like I said, I would love to do screen innovation, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Okay, that looks pretty good. We've already, that's done. We were able to blend the screen with no problem and produce contrast colors that the other screen can't produce. Where's my time at? Not bad. Okay, I'm getting better at this. Let's go with Panasonic 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
We did the OLED horse, so we know the OLED horse is not going to pop up. Ooh, LG Beta Fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now I know he's going to get to a point where he's going to say, after we do about a dozen more videos, we got more to go. I know he's going to feel that we're picking on him. No, we're not picking on you. You said that your technology or your product or whatever it is better than our product. And you said, you made statements that our product doesn't work. You made statements that your product is equal to ours. So you threw your hat in the ring already. So in this quest of our technology going against every screen that we can get our hands on before we reach a certain percentage in the screen, you have included yourself into it now. And we will start the process of buying every last one of your screen paints and putting them against the Black Phoenix. Just like, and I'm going to these big companies, I'm going out and researching their screens, seeing what new technology they have, what's their latest screens, buy a sample sheet of it, bring it over here, do a testing on it, see what happens. So it's not going to be just you, it'll be you and all the other certified screens. And anybody else who wants to throw their hat in the ring, we'll buy your product, we'll bring you down here, and we'll put you against the Black Phoenix. So if you're used to using high-end projectors, you're used to using ambient light controlled environments and all that stuff, I'm sorry, over here we don't do that. Our screens, we don't baby our screens over here. So far, out of all the people who make screen paints, this is the only individual who basically threw his hat in the ring. So don't get mad when your screen gets washed out. It doesn't perform correctly. When Phoenix is destroying it. Don't get upset. You challenge the technology, this is what you're getting. I think we're going to put an order in for, we have the UV, we have the personal, we have the Metallica. We're gonna put the Cinemax, Frankenstein, and there's another one. I'll go through your list on your eBay account and make a list of what we need. Any screen paints that you've tested outside will be going outside, including any other screens. Like I said, the screens that we're going to be collecting, or even with certifieds, we can't take a screen that they have that's never been outside. That'll get us in a lot of trouble. So we can only take screens outside that they have, like Yardmaster. They have a screen called a Yardmaster designed for outside. We can take that outside. If the company doesn't have any outside screens, they're not going outside. If he has products over there that he's used outside and claimed to be outside worthy, they're going outside. This is just the first half of the test on the Phoenix. Mind, we got plenty of time. Our paperwork is just now being filed. We got plenty of time. We got a month of this. This is going to go on for about a couple of months until that paperwork comes back. So we got a ton of tests to do outside. Same amount of testing here. Oh, we got a bunch of tests. Then we got to pick up a 4K projector. We got to pick up some high-end projectors. Yeah, we got a lot of testing to do. I want to make sure we got enough content to add to the new website. We got a lot. Let's see what else we can go through right now. Let me see. Philips, 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
We have a lot of testing to do. So we're going to do some Philips right now. Let's go over here. So once we obtain all your screen paints, we're just going to have a section for you. So it's going to be all mixes, all certified screens, gunmetal screens. We're going to have them all categoried. And if any other person who develops great screen paint mix, if they want to take a go at the screen, let me know. Email me. You're on eBay? Let me know. I'll buy your product. I'll bring it over. Keep in mind, also too, you have to note if your product is outside worthy, because these screens go outside. And one of the demonstrations we will be doing is a star field. If you have a super black screen, you make a super black screen paint, remember, it's going to have to generate a white level too. So just because you bring in a black screen doesn't mean, oh, we can do contrast to the screen. Big deal. You got to show me a white level, and you got to show me a white level versus other black screens. So I told you, tests are not going to be easy. They're going to be very, very brutal. Got a screen that's too gray, then you have to show me a contrast level. You have to show me color. That's why I said the Phoenix may be. It's definitely the first. And it will be the last. There's not too many screens are going to be to take it. I do believe there has to be one. That's what I believe. There has to be one. But we'll see. contrast, black level test.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see if we got contract. How do we get contract in there?
So, yeah, heavily favoured this weekend. You think it's around your embarrassing streak of draws?
I've never been embarrassed by having streaks in my draws.
Yep.
¿Qué tan súper es el aroma de Game? Tan rico que tu vecino entrará. Saw that from across the room. I was like, wow. Okay. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I would say, you can already see already that even with the Grey certified screens and everything else we tested on, there's nothing matching the technology. And as you can see, when it comes to Grey mixes, they are absolutely obsolete. set up a few minutes ago. Thanks, I had so long. That's the reason why I don't like some of the small remote controls that I get. Those are not quick. What else I have on here I can look at? I'm trying to track down my remote control. I need that later on. I am going to take an ultra short though demonstration outside. I haven't done an ultra short though outside demonstration in a while. So we are going to bring the Sony outside. I'm going to take a look at something anyway. Yep, on the floor, as always. Oh, I forgot to show you something really quick. My projector's in eco mode, you know that, right? I always leave little things out like that. So we did the entire demonstration with my projector in eco mode 2. It's not even up on bright. And this is a black screen, able to produce white levels that high to blend into these gray screens, and my projector sat in eco mode the entire time. Well, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for your time. I have to go in. God bless.